Bonjour, Kinamage Nene Erlen Indigenous, and welcome to this overview of our Week 32 learning plan. As is tradition, we will begin our session on the stream page. This is where students are able to find their daily learning schedule. Now that we are back in the physical classroom, our school days are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And most weeks, you will have a shorter day on Wednesday from 8 till 11:15. However, there's some news about this Wednesday coming up a little later in this episode. If you are interested in the delivery of Miss Bridget's delicious cooking for all youth from ages of 0 to 18 in your home, all you need to do is click on this link. It'll open up to, very slowly, to the at-home breakfast and lunch program. You need to fill this out monthly, but it'll give you a delivery. We also have our most recent newsletter, and as we're coming towards the end of the year, expect a newsletter almost on a weekly basis. We will have a posting of this Week 32 learning plan up here as well, and 31 will stay up here until Sunday. See the second and last newsletter. We have some information still here about enrolling in Mount Pleasant Middle School. If you still have the pink paper at home, I know some of you have asked during conferences, just need to return that to their office, or if you could send it to our school, we'll get it to the office as well. We have a sign up for ST Math, if that applies to you, a tech letter, and how to join a class in Newsella. I know that applies to a few students. If you need it, it's there. All right, let's look at our Week 32 at a glance. And you'll see our hours. Office hours are on the same link. If you don't need to use the Zoom to reach me, feel free to use phone or email. I do respond to email later than just 4 o'clock. You just may have to give me a little bit of time to answer based on other professional responsibilities after school hours, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. You'll notice on Wednesday, there is no live stream session. We're gonna make that kind of a makeup and a wellness day. So this would be a good day if a student's needing to complete some assignments that they've fallen behind on. This would be the day. I do encourage students to read for 20 minutes, no matter what day of the week it is. And then the rest of the day can be for them. You know, get a little bit of a break here in the middle of the week. So there will be no new content placed in the Google Classroom either. But again, this would be a good time to do makeup if necessary. Looking at the rest of the week, reading, if you may notice, we're no longer posting support coaches. We've actually completed that curriculum, and we will be focusing on different skills and standards. Quite often, if you see a day 1 and day 2, we're modeling and practicing the skill on day 1 or that standard on day 1, and asking the students to show us what they know on day 2. We will continue with splitting our writing between paper and pencil and Writing City, which is a digital content. With no session, there will be no poetry, so you'll have to wait for next week. We are working on a narrative story here and completing a historical fiction in Writing City. You should ask your student to log into Writing City when you're around, open up the homepage, and that'll give you an idea of what assignments they may be working on. By the time we hit day 11, they should have completed through day 10. That may not be the case for all students at this time, but this gives you a chance to check in with them and possibly use that Wednesday or this weekend to work on being where you need to be. Math, we have a check my progress on Tuesday and continuing through chapter 10, which is on multiplying and dividing decimals or fractions. Going into science, we're continuing on mystery science, the chemical magic, mystery 5. We're nearing the end of that material, so we will have some opportunities in May to wrap up, review, maybe even preview 6th grade a little bit. But we still want to make sure that you have as many skills as necessary and you're prepared to enter into middle school. Social studies, we are looking a little bit at the legislative branch as well. There will be an assessment coming up where we can check your skills on the Constitution. That'll probably be falling in week 33. But we will continue on with the 3 branches of government because we're always wanting to make sure that you have an understanding of government, not only because you're going to be expected to know some of the stuff next year and be able to apply it in middle school, but also because you're only a few years off from becoming voters. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not that many years. We'll continue with math review and enrichment, currently scheduled with parentheses and an equation for review and writing expressions. We're going to look at chapter 12's check my progress, where we've been looking at geometry and finding volume on Friday. You may find during our web time some small assessments, as we want to make sure students have as strong of a base in all of the standards of 5th grade as possible. Technology, we're still continuing where you can do 21 things for students. You got to choose your own adventure. We'll kind of highlight one and we'll keep going through. Typing.com on Tuesday and code.org on Thursday. Our weekly expected basics, web time if you're in the physical classroom, include words their way, citizenship, ST math, handwriting, and it also includes small group instruction, remediation, those kind of things. You'll notice the citizenship on Friday will be a quiz over the most recent grouping of questions. And the goal of that citizenship quiz is to make sure you have the knowledge that is necessary to be an active participant in our Republican form of government. My email is at the bottom of this page. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. There will be a lot of information coming and going throughout the last portion of this school year. It's almost hard to believe that we're near the end of April. It's been quite a ride, but we want our students to end in a good way. And we're just going to keep working with that. Feel free to email if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I hope everyone has a Minogijagad, Minwa, Bamapi.